Hi everybody, it's 2 o'clock on a Thursday, and today I'm making this cute little paper bag journal. It's made on 2 bags, and then I have an insert here that we're going to make. And I'm using Simple Storage Vintage Life in Bloom paper line. So stay with me, and I'll show you how to make it. Okay. All right, I thought I haven't done a little mini album or journal for quite a while, so I thought I would show you this one. This is by Paper Wishes, and Karen found it, so I thought I'd give it a try. All right, so yes, it is. There's 2 paper bags that I've used to create this, and they are for the base of the album. And then I've used a lighter weight cardstock for the inside pages. And I'm using, there's a little pocket here, and I'm using I made a little tassel. So this is a kit. So kits are available, and they are ready. I made them up, so they're ready. They're probably $10. Yeah, let's say $10 for it. Okay. Alrighty. So in your kit, you're going to get, now look at this button I found in my mom's button collection. So you're not going to get one of these, but I'm going to use it. I just love it. Okay, so this is all the stuff that you get in it. Okay, and 2 paper bags. All right. So the first thing we're doing is this paper bag. I just want to make sure it's straight at the end. So I'm just going to trim it off a bit. And this one, I am going to trim off this part, this bag part, okay? All right, just on one. I just did that on one. Now I'm just going to make sure I've got the right. Only made this once. All right, so here's our bag. So what I'm going to do is I just want to make sure I've got the right depth here. I can probably cut a bit off. So I am cutting where that seam is there. I am going to cut this down to 5.5. Okay. And then I'm going to cut this one. These are small little bags to 5.5. Now you could use lunch bags for it. And you just cut them down. All right, so now I'm going to take this lunch bag that I did not cut, and I'm going to put my hand in it. And I'm going to push out the sides here. Push out this side. Okay. So that this end gusset lays flat. Okay. So now that is your flap. Okay. So I'm just going to push that down. Okay. So you can see how this is going to fold over like so. And it's going to create the flap. All right, now I'm going to take this one. I'm going to cut too much off of that. And I'm opening this one up completely, like so. Okay, so let me measure this. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is, so it looks like that. I'm going to take this, and this is going to go in here, like so. Okay. All right, these bags are from Dollarama. They come in the kit. Okay, so now I'm going to take this. I'm just going to put a bit of glue in here. And just stick this inside. Like so. Making sure everything is even. Just got it in there a little bit. You want to make sure your sides are all nice and flat and even. And then I'll just run a bead of glue in here. Like so. And you can take your bone folder and just go over everything. Make sure it's all nice and flat. So you can make a larger one by, and then I'm just going to seal up this part by using different bags. All right. So now this, I cut a little bit too much off of it, but that's okay. I'll adapt. So don't cut exactly what I did in the beginning of it because it's a little short, but that's okay. All right. So this is the base of our album. So I'm going to flip it over, and then this forms the flap. See that? All right. Now, all right, I've cut this piece, oops, this piece, and this is going to go over top of here like this. And how I cut that, so that's just going to go there. So we're going to put that on. Okay, so I'll put that on the one side, and then I've cut this one, and this one's going to go on this side. Okay. So how you cut this, you just take your paper and trace it over top, and then just cut it so you have a little bit of space there. And then you can just take your glue and glue this flap down. Okay. And there is your closure. And then this is going to fold over like so to create the actual album page. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to have to trim some of these because I went and cut too much off my bags and I left the rest of the bags at the store. So that was kind of dumb. But anyways, all right. So I'm just going to trim quarter of an inch. About there. Alrighty. Okay. So now it's closes up like this. So what I want to do is I do have a magnet. So I'm going to put my magnet here. And I should have put my magnet under here. I'm really, that's what you get for making it once. So I'm just going to put that in there. I got both of them on there. Whoops. Put the magnet in there. Now she used twine, but I decided to use a magnet. Okay. She did a twine overlap around it. Oops. There we go. All right, now I'll just glue that back down. Okay, so on this side, I'm going to put this paper. Okay. Now, in the kits, you might have to trim it all because, you know, these bags might be a little bit wider or longer. You just never know. But in the instructions, I'll tell you how much to take off. All right, so there is the front of the album. Then I'm going to flip it over. You can do whatever side you want. On the other one, I did this one, but I'm just going to do the whole thing floral on this one. Okay. There we go. All right, and then on the inside, I am going to put these pink gingham. One there, and one on the other side. I know some of you already requested kits. But if you'd like a kit, you can just say so in the comments. All right, so then it goes like this and like that. Okay. All right. Now I did do a little pocket. So I'm just going to put that little pocket on, fold that top over just for contrast. It doesn't absorb in like it did in the paper bags. Okay. I put mine on this side. This one I'm putting on this side. Okay, so I'm just going to trim off 1/2 inch. And I'll put some adhesive just on 3 sides. There we go. So this little pocket, I'm going to be giving in the kit. There's a whole sheet of card ephemera that you can decorate with, and you can put some things in that pocket. All right, now we're going to do the pages. So I have some lightweight cardstock here. Now you could use copy paper. You could put more than what I have here. I have 5 sheets, so that's 10 pages. But you could use copy paper because and use it as a journal. You could use this heavier weight cards. It's not heavyweight; it's very lightweight cardstock for a mini album. So what you're going to do is you're going to line it up with that seam. Okay, so it's lined up like this. Okay, and then I'm just going to take some clips to hold it in place. So I put one down there and one here. Okay, all right, now we're going to make the book binding. I'm just going to take this, take my ruler and my pencil, and I'm going to mark off 1 inch from each end. Just make a little mark, 1 inch. And then I'm going to mark the center of it. These pages are 6 3/4. So that would be 3 5/8, I think. Let me see here. 5/8. Pretty close. Okay. All right, so I've got 1 inch from one end, the center, and 1 inch from the other end. Now I'm going to take a pick of some sort. This is a brad that I used to use for making brads. And I'm going to poke a hole through it all. I've got just a little pad there. And I'm making a hole there. And a hole there. And a hole there. Okay. And you really do need the clips to hold your paper in place. I'm using embossing floss or embroidery floss here. Okay. And then you're going to go through the center one. Okay. And leave, about 2 inches, 3 inches. Then you're going to come up. Doesn't matter what side. Come up the other side. Like so. And then you're going to go all the way over to the other side. Okay. And then you're going to come up the center again. Caught it there. There we go. All right. And then pull it tight. So now you want to have one side, one tail on one side of the center piece and one tail on the other side. Okay. And then we're just going to knot it. All right. And you want it quite tight. There we go. And then I'm just going to cut these off, leaving about 1/2 inch. And then you can take your clips off. And there's your pages all sewn in. Perfect. And then you can close it up like so. All right. Okay, next we have that button. Now there's 2 ways. You can sew the button on, which I think I might do, or you can just use a glue dot or something. But I've got some floss left over, so I think I might just sew it on. I'm just gonna poke a hole. I'm not sure what kind of buttons I put in your kit. Well, it might help if I would have done that straight. There we go. All right. So now I'm just going to sew my button on. The other one, I just used a glue dot. Okay. So it's much easier to use a glue dot. Okay. Right. Put that on. Isn't that the cutest button? I was going through my mom's button box and I found buttons in there that I had on a dress for my first formal. So that was kind of funny. All right. So there's my button. So those are pretty old buttons. Let's cut that off. And there we go. I don't know what those were from. All right. I also made you a little tassel in the kit. So you can just put that on. Just kind of wrap this around. Tie a little knot. I know what I should do. Tie a knot first. There we go. And then hook it around. There. So there's our little tassel. Okay. If you want it more fuzzy, you can just take your pick and go through it to separate all the strands. And then you get a fluffier tassel. See that? There we go. So cute. Then I have a little word that goes on there. Good things will find you. I thought that was a nice thing to put on it. And I'll just glue that on. There you go. Isn't that just the sweetest? Put a little thing in here, add your journaling, and the magnet. And there it is. Now, in your kit, you get a 12 by 12 card element page, and you're able to cut it up and you put it all in here and then just do your journaling. This would be great for a little trip. Anything. All right. So there we go. That is the paper bag journal. Okay, so tomorrow, and I've used vintage Simple Stories Vintage Life in Bloom. Tomorrow I'm doing this little slider card with the mama elephant. It's adorable. Sending the biggest birthday hugs from miles away. And then when you pull it, it says flying by to say it's your birthday. Isn't that cute? And it's a card. When I've made them before, this has just been a single unit, but then I decided I'd use it and make it as a card. So I like this way better. All right, so if you'd like a kit, they're $10. And they're at the store. And I'll see you tomorrow for this card. Thanks for joining me. I'm home today, as you can see. I'm not at the store. Linda and Paulette are at the store. So if you want to pop in and say hi, they've got lots to show you. Okay, thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.